going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 165 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, hello. What's up?
Welcome, trainers. How's it going, Ken?
What's up, man? I'm okay. How are you?
This is episode 165?
Yes.
What
is
the
that
flip?
a milestone?
What the flip? That's a lot of episodes. We've been doing this a long time. Shout out to the OGs. Everyone that's been listening to us since day one. Appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out to the OGs for sures. But how's it been, man? How's the weather holding up in Canada?
Maple syrup time. No, it's actually not bad. The weather is like mild. It's like 30, a solid 31 degrees, like just enough to like keep it cool, but at the same time I'm not like shivering at the gas pump while filling my tank, you know. It's good. It's good. We've got snow.
How much snow did you get?
Not much snow. I'd say like 7, 8, 9 inches, something like that.
Oh yeah, we got like a foot here, man, in Jersey.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And it's so crazy. Like, Jersey is so weird. It's like at my house, we got like 10, 12 inches, right? But then I could drive a half an hour like southeast and go towards the, obviously right by the beach, and there's like nothing. Like 20 minutes away from my house, there's like no snow. And then, at my house, there's like a foot. And if I go like north like an hour, there's like 18 inches. It's absolutely insane. It's been a wild week in the world of weather. It's hampered my Pogo playing, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It hasn't hampered mine or tampered with mine.
Well, I don't know what to tell you there. But all right, on today's show, we got some stuff to talk about. We're going to recap our week, including Ekans Spotlight Hour. We had Raikou in raids, including Raid Hour earlier today. We're currently in the Team Rocket celebration, and we have some timed research as a party favor. The Lunar New Year has been announced, and with it comes Mega Gyarados. A lot of people are really hyped up for that. Pokeminers has torn down 0.199.0, and there's a bunch of interesting stuff in there. There's actually a lot in there, very diverse amount of code. And then we'll wrap up with a Poke the Bear segment, which is a little bit different. We asked an open-ended question, like a fill in the blank, to really open it up and see what was on people's minds, and we got some really cool and diverse answers. So we'll get there at the end of the show. But let's start with our event recap. Last week we had the Johto Celebration wrapping up. After that ended, we had a couple days of like a palate cleanser before the Team Go Rocket Celebration started. That I think we had Monday and Tuesday, like Monday and parts of Tuesday or something like that, where it was just like the straight vanilla, seasonal spawn. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it couldn't have been that long because I don't remember that time. I just remember catching Miltanks.
It was like a day.
Yeah, I remember catching Miltanks and then opening up and then seeing all the poison Pokemon.
Exactly. I do think it was pretty interesting that the Johto Celebration timed research was tied to Team Go Rocket, even though we had an additional timed research for the actual Team Go Rocket Celebration. I just thought that was kind of weird how those things overlapped. And I saw a lot of confusion online because the Johto Celebration research gave us the Ho-Oh with Earthquake, right? But then they also promoted that same timed research in the Team Go Rocket Celebration blog post that says, hey, you can get a Ho-Oh with Earthquake. So people thought that they were getting two Ho-Ohs. Like, I even saw like some creators in their videos are like, yeah, it's kind of weird that we're getting two of these. It wasn't two. It was just that the Johto Celebration timed research had ties to Team Go Rocket, even though the Team Go Rocket Celebration had its own Team Go Rocket timed research, which gave you a fucking Mischievous when you were all done,
wow.
Which was really bizarre. I don't understand that one at all. That timed research was hella lame too. We'll get into it in a minute. But we also had, like I said, Ekans Spotlight Hour that played right into the Team Go Rocket thing with Double Evolution XP. We had Raikou in raids, including Raid Hour earlier today. All this happening while we had Mega Venusaur, Mega Ampharos, and Mega Houndoom in raids. And we also have Ultra and Ultra Premier League running in GBL. So lot going on for what seems like there's not going on, but when you look at the big picture, there's shit flying in every direction. Adam, what did you think of this week? Wrapping up the Johto Celebration and leading into where we are now with Team Go Rocket. And we'll talk about Team Go Rocket in a minute, but how's it been for you over the last week? Are you still kind of taking it easy?
Yes and no. Yes in the taking it easy, and no in the taking it easy. I enjoyed this event. I didn't do too many tasks to get the Miltank, but I ended up with a shiny, and then I ended up with 100% as well. So I'm like, nice. All right, sweet. I got this event, and I can tell you honestly that I didn't play as much as I could have, I should have. I went pretty darn casual with this event. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it even more because I got the 100% and the shiny.
See,
but how can I go so hard in trying to get a Delibird and not get 100% or a shiny, and then I barely go hard in this, and I've got the hundo and the shiny? Can I trade?
Maybe
I need the trade.
You were semi-flaccid. No, it's just funny. Like, I think that you're going to use the Delibird scenario as like a basis of comparison for all future events.
Yes, 100%.
You went so heavy for Delibird, didn't get what you wanted, the shiny or the
and
Hundo.
I barely play the Miltank event, and look at that, I got everything that everybody wants.
RNG is a fickle bitch.
Yes, exactly.
What about megas? I mean, are you rating? Like, what level of
I am not
commitment
a mega raider excitement person. I can tell you I have yet to do a Mega Ampharos.
Get the Adam, dude.
I might do a Mega Gyarados because I get an invite, but that's
Adam,
about it.
Jeez, we got to get you rating, man. So I think I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this. So if you're barely Mega rating, when was the last time you actually Mega evolved?
Did you hear that? That's crickets. The crickets were chirping. I have yet to Mega evolve into anything in the past month or two. I want to say 2 months. No. I do remember the time. It was Mega Venusaur because it did more damage versus something that was in raids. I don't remember. But I had to Mega evolve to make sure that we could take it out.
Wow. All right, Adam. We got to get you rating, man. It's like, and it was funny because people on Twitter were even commenting, saying like, Adam, if I knew you wanted Spinder raids, I would have sent you Spinder raids and this and that. And it's like, Adam has an unlimited amount of invites available. I just, is it that you're not enjoying raiding, or you just don't have the time, or it's not enticing, not rewarding?
Well, sometimes I'll be at work and it's like, when I get the notifications, it's like in a split second, somebody can just walk into the store. So it's not like I can be like, oh yeah, I'll take a raid. And then if they don't send it immediately, I don't have time. Right. I can't just walk out back and get a drink while I'm raiding a quick spinda here or there. It was Unbreakable that I was like, hey, yeah, I'll join. And as I said I would join, somebody walked in. And it's like I had to step away from my phone. So it was just, so it's tough. It's tough to try to multitask, but like the only time I have is like on my way to work, essentially.
We gotta get you set up with some international peeps that can send you raids while you're like
podcasting, like right now.
Yeah, no, don't raid while we're podcasting.
Yes, 11 p.m. Eastern. If you could get us around there on a Wednesday, I will accept any invites.
But let's talk, before we get into the actual Team Go Rocket celebration, even going back to Johto, Team Go Rocket seems to be everywhere, like in terms of research and stuff like that.
Every stop.
How do you feel? Well, how do you feel about like the Johto celebration timed research being a Team Rocket thing? Like, I kind of felt that it took a little bit away from Johto, especially knowing that we were going into a Team Go Rocket week this week. What did you think about that?
I feel exactly the same. It's
weird,
it's
right?
Super strange.
Why did they?
It reminds me of a strange egg,
You know what would have been fucking cool if they gave us a Shadow Ho-Oh as a reward.
That would be sick.
Would have made sense.
Yeah, but they're saving. They are savoring.
Where's Giovanni, dude?
they're savoring this Shadow Lugia, and I think that's probably going to be Giovanni's next Pokemon that he gets. Like, yes, we'll probably see a rehash of Mewtwo again, but the next one will be Lugia. That's just my guess.
I could have swore somewhere in old blogs they said something to the effect of Giovanni's going away and will come back in January. And it's like, he didn't fucking come back. And it's like, what are they doing with that? I don't know. I miss Giovanni. Like, with all this Team Rocket stuff, you would have thought that at least this week that we're in now, Giovanni would have returned. But still no Giovanni. We're still dealing with the same three leaders, although their teams did get a shakeup. We'll talk about that in a second. What about Ekans Spotlight Hour?
You said it wrong.
You haven't...
It's
Ekans. Raikou Raid Hour, anything?
I did not.
I
did not participate in Raid Hour because every raid that I would have to do is remote. So, nope. And I did participate in Ekans Spotlight Hour. Like, I did like a half hour, I'd say, of like focused, but I did not get a shiny. I did get a 98%, but I already have 100%. And the rank 1 for PvP, so there's really no use for it. I think I caught a total of like 73.
That's good.
And then I just transferred them all and got like 6 large or XL candies. I was like, are you serious?
No, I've come to realize the importance of weather in regards to Candy XL. Like, Pokemon has even said to us, Pokemon Go, that the higher the level of the Pokemon, the greater the chance of it dropping Candy XL. So when you have weather-boosted Pokemon that are going to be 5 levels higher, that's going to give you a better opportunity to get Candy XL. So it's like, during Spotlight Hour, Community Day, like, it really pays to have a weather boost because it's going to increase the level of the Pokemon, therefore increasing the odds of it dropping some Candy XL. And I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this one. Go Battle League, Ultra League, or Ultra Premier?
I will say I did play a set, and I went 3-2. So I did okay.
That's good.
I did okay.
I finally completed my level 44, which was all the rocket shit. Oddly enough, prior to the Team Rocket event that we're in now, but I'm proud to say I got through it. I didn't buy any rocket radars. I did it all manually, so it was a little bit of a grind. But
I just need to find time to sit at a Pokestop and like that are 2 that are next to each other, so I can lure one up with the Glacier lure, and then evolve into a Glaceon, and then a Mossy lure to evolve into a Leafeon, because that's what I'm stuck on.
Well, you should pair up with your community and find out who needs it, and that way you can double dip. Say, hey, I'll drop a Mossy if you drop a Glacial. You know what I mean?
I guess.
But I'm in the level 45 challenge, like the special research for level 45, and it's like battle and go Battle League 45 times, and it's like, great, they give it to me now when Ultra League is on. So it's like I'll begrudgingly do it. Like I really do not enjoy Ultra League. I have challenges with it. I've never really developed my team.
I only have 3 Pokemon that are like legit PvP focused, and that's Shiny Charizard, Machamp, and a Flareon, and that's literally the only things I use.
Yeah, I have like a motley crew party that I've thrown together, and it's like, look, at this point, I don't really care about my overall rank. I just want to get 1 or 2 wins per set, and I'll get to my level 20 to get the Frillish before the end of the season. Like that's my only long game right now is, just getting that Frillish. And I know once Master League comes back, I'll be all over that shit, playing full sets every day. So, all right, well, that was Johto. Let's get into the Team Go Rocket celebration that we're in now. And, last week we kind of talked about what would be coming after all these regional celebrations, and we've been celebrating and celebrating and celebrating. Well, we're going to celebrate more, but this time with Team Go Rocket.
Yay!
And starting yesterday the 2nd and runs through this Sunday the 7th, Team Go Rocket will be appearing more frequently in stops, and balloons are showing up every 2 hours, which is amazing. The 2-hour balloons have been awesome. I absolutely love it. The event extends beyond the grunts, as we have Team Go Rocket Pokemon appearing in the wild and in raids. Eggs were shook up, including the 12Ks. 12Ks now have Corphish and Skorupi. I don't know the data of the rates or anything yet, but with new Pokemon in the 12Ks, it almost worries me that the Kalos Pokemon that are in there, the Vullaby, the Sandile, like it's going to be further diluted, making that Sandile, which is a holdout for so many people, even harder to get because now the 12K pool has been opened up. So
yeah, it's like, make Axew even harder.
Well, Axew in 12. No, Axew's in 10Ks.
No, I know that, but it's just like, add more Pokemon, make it harder.
Right. It's a pain in the ass. I mean, I was lucky to get Sandile early on. It was like my first 5 12K eggs. I got all 3 of the Pokemon that were introduced. I got really lucky. There's also new team leader and grunt teams. So new shadow Pokemon like Swinub, Nosepass, Aron, Spheal, and others. Leader teams were also rotated. Arlo now has Beldum, which Sierra had in the past. Sierra has Carvana, and Cliff has Aerodactyl. Yo, Cliff is a fucking pain in the ass. We were just on our Zoom call. It took me 5 tries to beat Cliff. I was getting so mad. I was like, how is this even happening? It was Aerodactyl, Slowking, Tyranitar, and the Slowking was just eating everything I was bringing alive. Like electric Pokemon, it didn't fucking matter. It was like, blew my fucking mind. It took me like five tries to like find the right combination. I was getting pissed. Oh, and then in addition to all that shit that's going on, we also have half hatch distance right now for the duration of the Team Go Rocket celebration. So through Sunday the 7th. So now that we're within the Team Go Rocket thing, what do you think of the event? And is shadow Pokemon lineup changes and stuff like that, is that enough to kind of make doing your grunts and stops exciting, or are you limiting it to balloons only?
No, I am excited. I have played several, but what I don't get is I faced like a Houndour and I don't know, 2 other fire Pokemon, but they were not Magmar, and my reward was a Magmar. I was so confused.
Really?
I was like, this doesn't even make sense. How did I get a Magmar when I just battled a Houndour and like 2 other things? I literally don't remember what they were off the top of my head, but I know they were not a Magmar.
But you got a Shadow Magmar?
Yeah. And I have no idea how.
Really?
Yeah. It was a Houndour start, and I was like, oh, okay, great. And I was like, great, I don't really want to do this. I wanted to just run away from it because I already have Houndours that are 100%, and I just don't care. And I was very upset because I had to face it. But then I got the Magmar. I was like, what?
Are you sure you have a Shadow Magmar? I'm questioning. You're sus right now.
Oh my gosh.
Can you confirm that for me?
Here, hold on.
I don't think that's in the pool, dude.
Dude, I'm gonna send I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Well, do you have it?
Yeah.
If you have it, I believe
you. Yeah, it's in my Pokedex thingy.
That's fucking weird, man.
I'm sending it to you right now. Hang on.
All right, cool. All right. I believe you, man. I believe you.
But I don't understand it. It literally was not something I battled.
Well, I remember the first or second time that Team Go Rocket was around, this could happen, where the Pokemon you got in the encounter wasn't a Pokemon that you faced during, the battle. So I've heard of that happening, but I haven't seen that happen in a long time. But that's kind of funky.
And it would be cool if that was the norm, that the shadow Pokemon you get was different. There's a chance of it. That would be cool.
Keep it on your toes. Yeah.
Because then I wouldn't be so begrudged to go through it. I'd rather just battle it and see what I get.
What about the frequency of balloons and stops? Have you gone out and done any restocking? Have you seen increased rocket stops happening? I mean, the balloons every 2 hours is fucking amazing.
I haven't really restocked. I'm still running low. Not low, but I have a decent amount of balls and stuff, so I'm okay.
So get this. I currently have 0 Pokeballs. 0.
What? Oh.
I'm completely out of Pokeballs. 0. I haven't restocked. I haven't done anything because I've been snowed in for the past 2 days. So I have 1,000 Ultra Balls.
1,000?
I have 1,000. But I have no Great Balls, no regular balls. It's I'm going to have to delete 500 Ultra Balls. Sorry, Unbreakable. I'll delete 500 Ultra Balls and go restock and get my Pokeballs up to 1,000.
Just delete your potions. What are you doing with your life?
Dude, I keep 50 of everything.
Get rid of
So
your
I'll have,
potions.
like-
Get rid of your
Well,
super
I don't-
potions.
I don't
Get rid of
keep-
your hyper
look.
potions.
No, I only keep hyper potions.
Only
That's
keep
like all I
mega,
keep.
whatever, max potions. Mega
There's
potion.
no.
What am I? I don't play this game, clearly.
Did you complete the Team Go Rocket timed research? Not the Johto timed research, but the actual Team Go Rocket timed research.
I
which
still
was like
have to battle the
defeat one
two
grunt,
leaders.
defeat 2 grunts, defeat 6 grunts. Like, dude.
I just beat Arlo. I still need Sierra and Cliff.
All right, so before I kind of nitpick on this, I do want to follow up on some feedback that I received from last week's episode, because I was a little bit of like a negative Nancy last week, which is typically not my style.
It's typically
like
your style.
No, it's not. I'm usually positive
being
about
called
everything,
a
but
Nancy.
last week,
Being called a Nancy. That's your style.
Yeah, well, that. No, but I was kind of like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Like I was just down on things last week for whatever reason. So I'm down again on the Team Go Rocket timed research. This was like the most uninspired research I've ever seen. Like, defeat 1 grunt, defeat 2 grunts, defeat 6 grunts, and then you just do that twice? I was like, man, come on. You got to get a little bit more creative than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It didn't tickle my jellies at all. I was just like, this is fucking lame. But, I mean, you didn't finish the research, but I did spoil it that Mischievous is the Pokemon you get after the second, the second screen of timed research. It's like, it was very anticlimactic. It was there. I wouldn't have missed it if it wasn't. Like,
Yep.
It didn't really do it. But what about what are your feelings? I mean, I know you don't really dig into this too much anyway, but a Team Go Rocket event, but you couldn't TM away frustration. And I know that we just had that not too long ago.
Yeah, that's something that I was actually looking forward to. And then we didn't get it.
Just very odd. Like, I could see them saying, like, all right, well, we only want to do this every couple months or whatever, but Team Go Rocket's specific event, you would think that that's associated with it. So I missed the whole TM away frustration, and I'm missing Giovanni.
Yeah, what's a Team Rocket event without Giovanni?
I know.
What's a team?
I know.
What's a Team Go Rocket event without Jesse and James?
Well, got to remember, Jesse and James are Team Rocket. The Giovanni and Cliff Sierra Arlo are Team Go Rocket.
I'm not remembering any of that. I will never remember.
I'm telling you, man. It's a parallel world colliding, clashing Team Rocket Go altered universe. I don't know. Very weird. I did miss the no frustration thing, and I really just want them to bring Giovanni back. I just want something else to do. And I think, having Shadow Ho-Oh as Giovanni's Pokemon would have been fucking badass. That would have been super cool. But anyway, I digress. But this is going through the 7th. Let us know how you did. And, if this batch of new Shadow Pokemon does anything for you, Shadow Aron has fooled plenty of people into thinking that it's shiny Aron because it has the red eyes just like the shiny.
Yep. I didn't even think about that.
But the differentiator is Shadow Aron has little angry eyelids. So that's how you could tell the difference. Shiny Aron still has the like cute baby big eyeballs, just red, where the Shadow has, the little angry steel eyebrows. Anyway. All right, so let's move on here. We have next up the Lunar New Year Celebration. We knew this was coming. This is pretty exciting. It's a pretty comprehensive event. This is going to be the event that bridges the gap between the Team Go Rocket celebration that we're in now and the soon-to-be-announced Valentine's Day event. So we know, per one of the older blogs, that we are getting a Valentine's Day event on the 14th, but we just don't know what. So this Lunar New Year event is going to run from Tuesday, February 9th through Sunday, the 14th. So this will be in the interim before that Valentine's Day event. And like I said, it's pretty comprehensive. It covers a bunch of areas of the game. And the big news, like we alluded to earlier, is the debut of Mega Gyarados, which will be available actually after this event all the way through the 20th.
Mega Gyarados!
It's pretty fucking cool, Mega. The event is all about red Pokemon like Krabby, who's orange. It's like they have very confused about red. But no, event is all about red Pokemon like Krabby, Goldeen, Magmar, Magikarp, Miltank, Meditite, and others. And Gyarados will be spawning in the wild, and it can be shiny in the wild, so that's really exciting. There was a water event, I think, once before recently, maybe sometime in 2020, where Gyarados was spawning in the wild and it could be shiny. That was really exciting, so I'll definitely be tracking those down. There's going to be event-exclusive field research, Pokemon representing animals associated with the Lunar New Year, hatching from 5K eggs. There's a list. I'll put a link in the description. Raids are going to be rotating. There's going to be a shakeup of 1 and 3-star raids. And of course, the 5 stars, we're going to have Latios and Latias back in 5-star. For Mega Raids, we'll have Mega Pidgeot, Gyarados, and Ampharos. They'll be available, but just check the link in the description, like I said, for the full list of egg Pokemon and raid Pokemon. We alluded last week to something happening for the year of the ox. We were kind of speculating what this could be. And Tauros is going to be the featured Pokemon in timed research. What's cool about this is Tauros is, as we know, the North American regional, but it will be available to everyone as part of this timed research. So regardless of where you are in the world, you'll be able to get your Tauros. I know that this is fantastic for people trying to complete their Kanto decks that haven't traveled to America or traded or anything like that. I like when they put regional Pokemon as part of an event. I think that makes it exciting. There's also some great little features associated with the event. Gifts will be containing more Pokeballs, and there's a higher chance to become lucky friends with someone. And the trade distance is going to be increased to 40 kilometers, and then there's going to be a higher probability of your trades becoming lucky.
I like that.
A lot of stuff stacked on top of itself, in terms of friends and lucky and trades. So let's unpack it all. Adam, what do you think of this Lunar New Year event, and what's it doing for you? Like, what excites you here?
The Krabby.
Oh, God.
What? I like the Krabby.
Regular old Krabby?
No, because I don't have the shiny, so this is like the one shiny that I'm going after.
Really? Dude, I have so many of these.
Really?
Shiny.
My name's Ken,
God.
and I play this game way too much for a casual player.
I don't play enough, man. Shit. I wish I could play more. No, but seriously, though, we got spawns, we got eggs, we got raids, we got new legendaries, new megas, we got timed research, we got the trade stuff. What's it doing for you? For me, it's the trade stuff. Higher probability for lucky friends, higher probability for lucky trades, 40-kilometer trade distance. I love that shit. What about you?
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited for the trades, but I mean, I want the Pokeballs and the gifts. Like, that's something like desperately need.
Really? What's your inventory looking like right now? Like, how are your
I have like 890 Pokeballs.
So what the fuck do you need more Pokeballs for?
I always need more Pokeballs.
That's a lot.
Listen,
that's a lot.
We're going to have Rosalia Community Day, and I'm going to need to catch some Pokemon with my Pokeballs.
Yeah, I'm going to be restocking tomorrow for this weekend's Community Day, because if I don't, you know what? I've gone into Community Days before with no Pokeballs. That way I could do fast catching with Ultra Balls. I might do that. I don't know. It's hard to play in Red Bank and not spin stops. So I don't know. But I currently need to complete a bunch of field research for my level 45 requirements. So
it makes sense.
What about trade distance, man? There's been a lot of chatter about this. Do you think that this is something that should be kind of reserved for events? Like, we've seen them drop this in as like a little bonus to event. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Like, do you think this should be the norm? Should 40K be the new norm?
I think if this is going to be like, events get it unlocked or whatever, I think it should be unlocked during community days. That would make them a little bit better. You can interact with people more frequently.
They did that with Machop. They did it with Machop.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it needs to be more of a common thing for Community Day, in my opinion.
What about the norm becoming 40-kilometer trades and the bonus being global trades with lucky friends?
Yes.
Oh,
That would be better.
Yeah.
Easy,
when we get to
easy,
Poke to Bear, we'll
Keep it.
talk about that because there was a
in
lot of people
yep.
that mentioned it.
I do like that because it's like if you put in the work to interact with somebody for that long and you become lucky, like especially if they're like from another country, it's like you're never gonna see, not never, but I mean like right now with the current pandemic and everything, getting to see somebody is not that easy.
But also it's like if you
I'm just
have
saying.
these global friends, what's the point of even becoming lucky? It doesn't mean anything if you're never going to be able to take advantage of the fact that you're lucky. Is it just because it looks cooler in your friends list and it's all fucking gold and sparkly and shit? No, there should be some functionality to that.
I do agree.
Yeah. It's just a very hot topic. Everyone's been talking about that, and when you get all these bonuses to trades and all this stuff, it always becomes front of mind again because everyone's like, yeah, man, it would be great if we could trade with lucky friends, and the community is pretty reserved on that. It's not like they're saying like, just open up fucking global trading, give that shit to me. They're like, no, I'll put in the work, make it for lucky friends. I think that it should be special. I just think it should be an option. I think that's where a lot of people stand.
Yeah.
What about Mega Gyarados? I know you said you haven't been doing much Mega rating. What about, do you have a Hundo Magikarp or Gyarados?
I have, I think, 100 Magikarp, and then 200% Gyarados.
Oh, shit. You're set.
Yeah.
All right, you're set.
That's what I was saying.
Good shit. And what are your thoughts on timed research giving out regionals?
I like it, but, like, do something with Mr. Mime. I want a Mr. Mime.
We had Mr. Mime at GoFest, didn't we?
Yeah.
Was it GoFest?
Okay, Mr. Recycled Shinies.
That's 2 weeks in a row you're calling me Mr. Recycled
Shiny. Can you handle the heat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I dig this. I do like it. I think it retains the exclusivity. What we're talking about here is probably one Tauros, you know what I mean? So it's not like it is a non-evolvable Pokemon, so that makes it a little bit more favorable. But, I think this is awesome. I think this is great. I think this is the perfect delivery method for a regional.
Yes.
Rather than say, all right, Mr. Mime is going to be spawning, and then you catch 1,000 fucking Mr. Mime. You might get one shiny, but you get 1,000 fucking regular ones. This is saying, all right, Tauros is going to be in timed research. It'll probably be one. Who knows? It might be more, but it'll probably be one. But still exciting. That's the dex entry. I want everyone outside of North America to be able to get their hands on this. Let's move on. Before we take a break, we got a little bit of a long segment here. I want to talk about this APK mine because it's pretty significant. And this is Pokeminers 0.199.0. And there's quite a few goodies in here. Pokeminers, of course, has done all the dirty work for us. We always disclaim this, that none of the stuff we're about to talk about is confirmed with Niantic. It could change at any time. APK mining is actually against the terms of service. Reporting on it and talking about it is not. So we'll talk about it here. And specifically, I do want to mention, there has been a couple times over the past 2 or 3 APK mines where Pokeminers has gotten things way wrong because they're looking at obfuscated data, they're making assumptions, whatever it may be. It's always very important to just remember to not take this stuff as gospel, because it could change at any time, and 2, that Niantic could have dummy code, test code, like all this stuff in there that is truly in the code and is visible by Pokeminers. So just because they can see it and it is in fact there doesn't mean that that's ever going to see the light of day. Like, I forget what it was. I don't know. The last time, one of the events, we had triple Stardust, right? But Pokeminers in their paid channel, like someone in our Discord had forwarded it to me, that, they pay for Pokeminers, so they get access to, enhanced channels within their server. And I don't know, maybe an hour before the event happened in New Zealand, they put out a thing saying, hey, everyone, just a heads up, the data is showing double Stardust, not triple Stardust like it's supposed to be. And everyone started losing their fucking minds in the Discord because they're thinking that Niantic fucked up again, like another Niantic Cat situation. And it turns out the event launched in New Zealand. It was triple Stardust. It was absolutely fine. Does that mean that they saw that the double Stardust wrong? No, the double Stardust was in the code. It just wasn't the active thing once the event went live. It was like dummy code or test code, something like that. So take all this stuff at surface value. That's all I'm saying.
Sounds good. Lay it on to me.
The Kanto Tour ticket selection, this is actually currently live in the game, where you can choose whether you want the red or green version.
Green.
Yeah, I'm going to do red. Something that took me by surprise in the code, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this in action, was the inclusion of 10 different background music tracks, like 10 different tracks. And the Pokemoners actually had found 6 of the songs, pulled the audio files and posted them like on their SoundCloud. So if you want to hear them now, you can actually go to the link in the description to Pokemoners and then, track down the songs. But they only found 6. There's actually 10 in the code. We'll talk about this in a second, but I play with the game on fucking mute. I need to change that. I definitely do. Kanto Tour NPC data is in there, and there's a total of 11 lines of code designated, meaning like 11 NPCs. Now, we were expecting 8 contest winners, so we'll have to keep an eye out to see if there's an additional 3 NPCs added, or potentially this is just, extra
it could
fluff
be
that'll never make
the
it.
team leaders, the Candela, Spark, and
like actually having them on the map, that'd be kind of cool.
that's all I'm saying.
Pidgey's line had their signature move Feather Dance added to the game. Feather Dance in the main series does no damage, but it raises the target's attack by 2 stages. In Gen 7, it could also be paired with a Z Crystal, a Flyinium Z Crystal, to become Z Feather Dance, which increased the user's defense stat by 1 stage. So, not sure how this will work in Pokemon Go. Not sure why something with Pidgey is coming to the game. Could this mean that Community Day for Pidgey is coming? I don't know, but that's pretty exciting. I like Pidgey. Shout to Pidgegrabba. One of the most interesting bits of code was for form changing. And this seems to allow you to be able to change the form of a Pokemon, and it will ultimately cost some type of resource like Stardust. Now, this is a bit of a tinfoil hat theory because we obviously don't know what's going on here. But I don't know if this is going to be applied to Pokemon like let's say Giratina Origin Form, where you can change your Giratina Origin Form into a Giratina altered form. I don't know if that's the case. I think it more along the lines of could this be for Kyurem, where you
Rotom?
can do Rotom is another one. And then Darmanitan with Zen mode, right? Where it's not necessarily a form, it's more like this temporary state. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it for sure, but there's a shit ton of code that details all this different stuff. There may even be quests or NPC interactions surrounding the form changing, so it seems significant. Rotom would be fucking super cool. Super cool.
I'm
I
just
would
saying,
love to see that.
because we've already got the Frost Rotom, so can we get some more?
Improvements are coming to the friend and invite system, and while this isn't the friends list increase that everyone's been waiting for so fucking long, it looks like we're going to be able to do a couple cool things, including favorite your friends. And this will make it easier to invite certain people. Typically, I've got 200 friends, right? But the people I'm raiding with are 10 people. My go-to people, if I want to do a raid, if I send it to Terry Wolf, if I send it to Legendary Moo, if I send it to GoCast Chris, if I send it to, Unbreakable, they're going to do the raid. So now I can favorite them, hit a little star, and they'll show up at the top of my list, so I don't have to scroll up and down my list to try to find them or type their name in. So a little bit of quality of life there. I like that. There's also some lines of code to update the invite system, and this is very vague here, but something regarding incoming and outgoing invites and contact lists, something about being able to dismiss the invites. So maybe you get an invite that's coming in, you can dismiss it, or I don't know what it is, but some cool stuff in there. It'll be exciting to see what happens with it. There's also some cross-game friendship stuff, which I would imagine is part of Niantic Social, where you can have someone on your friends list that isn't a Pokemon Go player, but they might play Wizards Unite. So you'll be able to, I don't know, have some kind of interaction with them.
You might be able to send them a sticker. So like you get a Pikachu sticker and you send it to Wizards Unite and they're like, what? I got a Pikachu sticker for my friend.
That would be cool.
And then they could send you Harry Potter stickers. That'd be cool.
Oh, shit. Oh, man, that'd be fucking real cool. Candy XL has also been updated in the code with some potential new ways to earn it, but not the way you think. It's not like, all right, hey, you could go walking and get your Candy XL. The code kind of leaned towards more of the ability for them to increase the amount of Candy XL you get, similar to like when we do a double Stardust event. So maybe there'll be, in the future, we'll have some kind of enhanced Candy XL event or double XL candy or guaranteed XL candy where you do some sort of action and the Candy XL is either guaranteed or increased. Who the fuck knows? It's in the code. POI photo galleries, we talked about this a little bit last week. That's showing up in the code along with photo voting. This is borrowed right from Ingress that allows trainers, in our case, to upvote certain photos that would then become the active photo, like of the photo disc. So, there's an existing Pokestop that's a church, but the photo is dark or it's snowing or it's shitty out. And then someone takes a really nice photo and they're able to add that photo into this POI scrapbook or whatever you want to call it. People can then vote on that photo. If it gets the most votes, that would then become the active photo that you see on the photo disc. That's how it works in Ingress. That also pairs in Ingress with voting for a Pokestop or voting for a waypoint that would ultimately become a gym in Pokemon Go. So you could have two Pokestops side by side. You have enough POIs within the level 14 S2 cell to create a gym. And it's like, well, which Pokestop will become the gym? It's going to be the one that has the most votes, the one that has the most photos, the one that has all the most interactions. So maybe they're going to start to borrow more and more of this process of voting from Ingress to help pave the way for developing the landscape of waypoints in Go. We'll have to see.
Super interesting.
Yep. Finally here, Niantic Social looks to be getting some additional features. They mentioned this in the blog last week where sharing like your level up screen, you'll be able to share that to social without having to take a screenshot and then manually share it. There'll be some way to just do it with one button. And then finally, we see some the potential for advertisements to be delivered to us by way of Team Go Rocket balloons, which is weird. So I'd imagine that it's going to be similar to spinning a stop at like a Baskin Robbins in the States and you get like a pop-up ad or something like that. Maybe you have a balloon come through. It looks like Team Go Rocket, but then when you click on it, it'll prompt you to bypass some kind of ad or offer. I don't know. But it looks like advertisements will be coming by way of balloon. So, all right, Adam, there's a shit ton to unpack here. Anything stand out to you from this mine?
The Pidgey Community Day potentially.
I think
with the Z feather
makes sense. Oh man, imagine they put Z crystals in the game.
That would be sweet. Because we've got to have something like that. Like they gave us megas, and like we don't have a mega stone, but like we can still mega evolve. So
but Z things were short lived though. That was only Gen 7. That only lived along Gen 7. You know what I mean? Like when Gen 8 came out, the was Gigantamax. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Z crystals went away. So I don't know. But I do like the fact that we're talking about Pidgey, because that does mean a Pidgey Community Day could be coming, and I am here for it if that's the case.
And I like the attack.
The feather dance, yep.
Like how they do charm, where charm does like not so much damage, but it lowers the attack stat. They could do this where it doesn't do much damage, but your defense is increasing.
Right. Well, no, I'd imagine that it's going to have some kind of stat modification because that's just the nature of the move. It's just interesting that it's a
Well, I hope it's a
zero
fast move.
damage move.
Well, we've seen that with Yon, so maybe not doing any damage,
right.
but it's possible.
I don't know. Pidgegrabber, let us know what you think. What about this form changing shit? What could that possibly be? It's got to be for like Rotom.
Well, I think what is it called? The Darumaka. I'm gonna get that right.
Adam.
Darumaka. Because he's got his the new ice type has the like snowman form when it evolves into the Darmanitan.
Yeah, but that was the
and
thing.
Then the other one has the Zen form.
It required items in the main series, so maybe they're going to replace the items with Stardust. You know what I mean? Oh, you want to get Zen form in your Darumaka, then you got to pay up. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work.
Who knows?
Now, let's talk about this real quick. You play also with no music, no sound effects, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Dude, I'd have to say it's 90% of people play this game without any sound whatsoever. And that, I don't know, that makes me sad, even though I'm one of those people.
Listen, I'm home alone, okay? And I forget that like I have my volume all the way up with my alarm, and I happen to turn on the volume. I don't know, for some reason I click those boxes by accident while like connecting the Go Plus. But like
wake the fucking dead.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 6:00 in the morning.
No, I love the fact that there's music, like a bunch of music coming. I would love to see this happen more. I always loved the Team Go Rocket music. I loved when the Lavender Town theme would come around. That would be the time I'd have the music on. I don't know.
Well, I think them having like 11 or however many different tracks that were available goes back to what you were saying, where like, don't take this for gospel. There might be sounds added, but only one of those gets used.
Yeah.
And we might not even have that one. So we're like getting hyped on these other songs that potentially we won't hear.
Well, yeah, they may never make it to the game anyway. But I will tell you this, though. Last community day from a chop, I was driving around Red Bank with my fucking phone audio on through Bluetooth in my truck. Yo, I was rocking. It was slapping. It was great. I was like, yo, this shit is dope. I was like, especially during like Team Go Rocket battles, it was so intense. It was like, it was fun. But no, I do want to play more. I've said it for the longest time. If they had volume sliders rather than just on or off, it would make life so much easier because those sound effects are just so fucking glaringly obnoxious. Like, I wouldn't mind the sound effects if I could have it at like 20% sound effect volume.
Yeah, if they had like 3 different options, like 1, 2, or 3, which 3 is full blast, 2's in the middle, and 1's like really low.
Right, just not full blast because it literally, pierces my skull. Even like the pew, 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 like changing the menus, it's like,
I was thinking
so
about the
loud.
Poke the Bear, and like, honestly, that's what I would add.
Give you some volume sliders. I agree, man. That would be a nice quality of life.
I know we're not there yet, but yeah.
All right, and finally, what do you think these NPCs are going to actually do in the Kanto tour? Like, do you think it's just going to be like a Team Go Rocket grunt? Like, you lock eyes with them and it goes into a battle screen, you do a 3-on-3? Like, that's probably what it's going to be, right?
If I had to guess, it would be the part of the storyline. So you interact with one and they say, hey, like, here's this chapter. And then you go through the whole story, like whatever it is, like catch 3 Pokemon, evolve 3 Pokemon, whatever it is. And you get to the end and then you have to battle them. Like the reward is like, you have to actually battle them. And then you battle them and then you get a Pokemon.
But it's still going to be like a grunt battle, right? Like a PvP style battle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if they're going to be themed. Like if they have like an NPC that's outfitted in, their outfit looks like a bug catcher thing. Will they bring 3 bugs? You know what I mean? Similar to the main series. Like, will we see like typed teams where it's not just like a random crew of Pokemon? Like there's actual water trainer or a fighting trainer. And
I don't know. All I'm saying is that, because didn't we say there was 11? There was 11.
Well, there's 11 slots in the code. They told us in the blog that 8 winners were going to be chosen.
Okay, so hypothetically, we've Team Go Rocket. Just hear me out. Team Go Rocket is recruiting members for Team Go Rocket. But hear me. Yeah, so Team Rocket is recruiting for Team Go Rocket. Okay, and so you battle all 8, and then you have to face Jesse and James. And then you have to face Giovanni at the end of it, which is why both of them are missing. Hot take right there. Hot take.
Yo, that would be fucking cool, man.
It would make sense as the 11 number there, and there's 3 missing slots, Jesse, James, and Giovanni.
I don't know. I just can't wait to see the NPCs on the map. And we'll get to it in one of the responses to Poke the Bear. But I just would
my
love
tinfoil
to see
hat is
more
just
stuff
getting a
on
little
the map.
tight. I got to take it off. I got to take a break soon.
All right, well, let's take a little break. When we come back, we have a little bit of miscellaneous news, and then we'll poke the bear, which was not too. Usually the Poke the Bear is heated and emotionally charged. This one was a little bit softer, but we did get some awesome responses. So we'll take a little break. When we come back, we'll get through all that stuff and wrap things up. Good?
That sounds fantastic.
All right, we'll be back right after this. And we're back from our break. Was that
back.
the most normal ass return from break bumper ever?
Super
I don't
normal.
know. Whatever. All right, this podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support the show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout-out to our show supporter tier patrons: Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, Eric, Garrett, G-Stacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, J. Mackle, Jolt Switch, Justin, Ken, Lady Goobly Meat, Lynchbot, Malachi, Mike, M. Pitts, PokeNabBot, Purple Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, The Joker, The Noise, and Wood Woes Wolf. A huge shout out to our gym leaders: Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Jamal, JD Mojo Jojo, Magikarp DM, MD, Talon, Tish, and TN Comics Wiz. Tons of love to our executive producer, Paul Bott. And a special thanks to a bunch of new patrons this week. Thank you to John, Cody, Karcha, and Tyler for joining at the Discord tier. We appreciate your support so incredibly much. Thank you so much. I gotta say, Adam, this is all you. But the TCG fans are starting to take over the Discord, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm seeing it, and I'm like, all right. I'm seeing polls. I'm seeing
much
deck
activity.
lists.
I'm getting all the notifications, and I'm like looking at it. I'm like, are these raids? And it's like, no, they're fucking trading cards and building decks. I was like, oh shit, we have a totally new dynamic in there thanks to the Special Conditions podcast. I fucking love it. But all right, but if Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple other ways you can help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and if you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can take a moment to leave us a review. And finally, our merch store is available at PokemonProfessor.com/merch. All right, couple bits of miscellaneous news here. Next Tuesday is Miltank Spotlight Hour with Double Catch Stardust. Don't miss out on that one. I know a lot of people are amped for that. I updated our Google Calendar, our event calendar, for February. The month is fucking stacked. The link in the description to our calendar if you want to add our Google Calendar to yours, so you can get a list of all the events that are happening in Pokemon Go, including like raid bosses or spotlights, all that shit. Just check out the link in the description. You can pick your version in Kanto Tour. I want to review really quick the version exclusive stuff. Red version will have exclusive Ekans, Oddish, Mankey, Growlithe, Scyther, Electabuzz. Green version will exclusively have Sandshrew, Vulpix, Meowth, Bellsprout, Magmar, and Pinsir. Those are going to be what's attracted to Incense. And then both green and red have their own increased shiny encounter rates for a bunch of different Pokemon. Just check the link in the description for all that.
We did get a really good listener email, but it was super long and went into intense detail and in-depth. Shout out to Sir Amanda for writing in about the incense event, mass transferring, and a few other topics. Thank you, Amanda. We see you and always appreciate your feedback.
Yeah, it's always awesome feedback because she was saying that like she was driving in a car listening to an episode and got heated and like had to get her thoughts out. So it's always so good. I mean, it's not conducive to read on the air because it's just so long. But tons of good points, lots of good stuff about Candy XL and all that stuff in there. Amanda, it's always good to hear from you. So thanks so much for writing in. We really appreciate it. But Adam, why don't you get us started on this Poke the Bear, and then we'll close it out.
All right, so this week for Poke the Bear, we asked an open-ended question on Twitter, like Ken had mentioned before. Our tweet said, if you could change one thing about Pokemon Go, it would be blank.
Let's start with you, though, Adam. What would you change?
In-game volume slider. Or just always my account, just always got Delibird as my research encounter.
God, come on.
But no. That's too selfish, so we're going to go with the volume slider.
I agree that the volume slider would be good. I don't know that would be the first thing that my mind goes to, but that's definitely on the list. For me, it would be some kind of gym rework. I would change the gym system. I just think there needs to be a little bit more incentive, a little bit more interactivity and immersion to make you feel like you're actually defending something and holding something. I don't know. I really don't know how it would work. But I would like to see some kind of development to the gym system to make that a little bit more exciting and accessible for people that have never done it before. Because a lot of people that have never gotten into defending gyms, they just ignore it. They just don't do it at all. And
I'm a big proponent of like, oh, if I see the gym's yellow, like I'll drop something. But other than that, I won't touch it.
Right. And I mean, for a lot of people, that's okay because they're still able to get their coins. They're just not doing the actual dirty work of battling an opposing gym down. You're just sniping. I do that shit all the time. I'm driving by, I see a gym out in the distance, I click on it, it's like, oh, there's an open spot. When I pass that clock tower, I better drop someone in. Exactly. All right, but we did get an absolute shit ton of responses on Twitter to this question, and I got a bunch of them here. They're really, really good. They're very diverse. They're not necessarily emotionally charged or angry or divisive or anything like that, but I'm going to go through a bunch, and I'll go pretty quickly because there is a lot. So, Magpie Malcolm says, make regionals only regional for a period. Gen 1 regionals could at least rotate for newer players. Getting one Tauros is a bit poor with a shiny chance. So, okay, good point. Making regionals a little bit more accessible. Northeast Philly Raids. Adding a Wonder Trade feature, maybe once a week or even once a month, but it could be a random trade from anywhere in the world. I like that.
That's cool. I do like that. Just kind of like, I just got to get rid of this Weedle.
Yeah, but you never know what you're going to get. Cohen Gosliga says, I would make the XP rewards from all quests, mythical and event, be higher. As I only raid 3 times a week and need more friends, I have no good way of earning XP, and see the 500 XP reward for most quests just discourages him. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. If you're not out there grinding, it's like, I mean, especially with the level cap increase, and this is probably why they held on to the level cap increase for so long, because for players that aren't out there grinding the XP, it's a slog, man. That's a hike.
I just wanted to circle back to the Wonder Trade feature idea.
Yep.
I just realized why that would never work. Because there are still spoofers in this game. They do exist. And imagine if you got one of the flagged Pokemon that you got Wonder Traded.
Yeah.
And then your account got, looked at under the microscope.
That's a big issue in the main series too.
Yeah, so that's just the only reason I see that not working. It's a good idea, but I don't see it working.
Hacked Pokemon that were never released as a shiny coming through on Wonder Trade,
Yeah, they're just maxed out for no reason.
Yeah, they would need to have some checks and balances there. All right, moving on. Mr. Meeseeks says, if I could change one thing, I would change my ability to change one thing to infinity. I see what you did there.
I like it.
Cillian Murphy, I'd love to see the GPS check removed. Not having a stable GPS connection is the root of so many bugs and errors. I really don't think it's necessary. Interesting. Audie says, add some form of messaging other trainers visible on the map, maybe? This is something that is very, very successful in Ingress. That allows you to communicate. Yeah, it allows you to communicate with your own faction, with the opposing faction. You can change the distance of your comm, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, whatever it is. It's really awesome. Granted, the scale is so much smaller in Ingress, but some kind of in-game communication tool would be amazing. I just don't know how they could possibly harness that at scale.
Yeah, even if it was just like basic messages like hello, looking for raid.
Or do you want to raid?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Just something basic like they do on the TCGO where, it's like, hello, you have a good deck. Whew, that was close. Just predetermined
text. That would
text.
be like emotes in PvP, like a sad face or something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but you can't waste time tapping on an emote while you're tapping
I know.
That's counterintuitive. It's funny, but it's counterintuitive.
Carlos Santana writes, win more Pokemoneda. Minimum 100 daily. I get that. A lot of people want that. Audie says Pokemon Centers. Audie's in here twice. Pokemon Centers. That'd be cool. Aoki says, slow down the events. Too much events lately. You're not alone. A lot of people think that it's a lot. They're a little burned out. All right, got some longer responses here. This one from Cowboy Cody. I think the biggest change would be to stop hiding mechanics on certain factors of the game to be only found out through Easter eggs or tinfoil hats. Someone like my mom, who has never played or watched Pokemon other than this, isn't going to know where to look or find for things such as how to evolve Eevees with a name trick or how the community finds different things out through trial and error. And people, without knowing where to look for it, have no clue unless Niantic comes out and says it themselves. I agree. I agree to some extent with this. There's no instruction manual to the game. A lot of things are left to the community to figure out, especially with like stats and probability and things like that. But yes, certain things that are in the game, like the name trick for Eevee, I think that's a great example. If someone's casual, they may never know that. Ever, ever, ever. So I get that. It completely makes sense. Alexandre says, the obvious thing is GBL and XL candies. Other than that, I would like to see a Battle Pass-esque system to complete certain objectives for rewards, and it can refresh every month or season. Rewards like XP, Stardust, rare candies, or even cash shop items. A free and paid version would allow players to obtain increased rewards or be in the exclusive structure to get the cash shop items as rewards. Some objectives being daily, weekly, and during the duration of the pass. So this is like the Battle Pass. I thought that this is what we were going to have when seasons were released. That would have paired perfectly. The start of the season, you pay $15, you get a bunch of things to work towards, and over the course of the season, you're working on these long-term things, chipping away at, lists and checklists and, filling meters, making numbers go up and unlocking shit as you go, just like, an Apex Legends or Fortnite fucking Battle Pass would be. I love that idea. I absolutely love that idea. I would be all in.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Pay $15 at the beginning, get all these bonuses plus all this unlockable shit, some like custom cosmetics. I think that would be great. This next one is probably my favorite one out of the entire lot. It's from Augmented Naturally Podcast. It says, Nests. Nests should be better than the city, especially events a more natural community day type feel, maybe an XL candy from Nest Pokemon, special AR spotlight research spots with Pokemon with an AR animation like in a gym or raid, one per nest that can be caught during a migration. I love this. I think that if there was more focus on nests, right? And not only nests, but where the nests are located, national parks, local parks, outdoorsy kind of stuff. Outside of the city, it would draw more people to be playing outside in nature and motivating them to go to these spots. I haven't like tracked down a nest in I don't know how long. The first year of the game, nests were like one of my main ways to play the game. I was all over the Sylph, Nest Atlas. I was reporting all the time, looking up nests and, going out to hunt. I don't do that shit at all anymore.
Yeah.
I just go to fucking Red Bank every single week. And it's like, man, if the state park that's by me was a nest and it was a bigger deal that they make it better to play there, even though there's less stops or less, spawn density, if they were to do something to increase that, it would make going outside there more enticing. I love that idea, and I think it plays right to Niantic's core value,
Yeah, I do agree.
Go Stadium writes in, says, this one's lofty. Make a PvP secondary sub app that is 100% connected to the main game, but take Go Battle League and battles off of the app. You catch Pokemon on Pokemon Go, but battle on Go Battle League, or whatever it's called. It alleviates the servers, and maybe patches can be put out without breaking other parts of the game. I don't think this would ever happen. But it would definitely help,
Yeah.
Like, think of all the bugs that are tied to Go Battle League, and you pull all those bugs out of the main Pokemon Go game and just put them in the Go Battle League app. That's just what would happen. The bugs would still be there. They would just be in a different app.
This is so true.
Jiggly Dad writes in, one is tough, but putting meta-relevant things like Frillish behind a grind or paywall needs to stop. Close second would be the lack of diversity in day-to-day spawns now. This is an interesting one because this is the first time, like we've heard paywall a million times about this game, but the grind wall, it's the first time I've really heard this. Like getting to level 20 in GBL. It's not impossible, but it's a fucking grind.
Yeah.
And they put Frillish behind this wall of grinding. It's interesting. You could do it without paying, so it's not a paywall. But the grind wall, it's very interesting. First time I really heard that. Jiggly Dead, that's a good one. Got two more here. Wood Woes Wolf, and this is one I brought up earlier. I would love to see a Game World Map version 2. More things to do, trees, rocks, and tall grass that you can tap on for new items, berries, or certain encounters, secret gifts left by other trainers who have been in an area, better visual communication about where different Pokemon habitats are. That would be
I love
fucking
that.
rad.
Like imagine just like tapping on a rock and then you get a potion. Tapping on a patch of grass and get a Pokeball. Because like
or tapping on a rock and a rock type Pokemon appears. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
Well, I get that, but you can't take away from Pokemon that spawn. Like it's just one of those like it has to be just purely aesthetics, and like the Pokemon that appear can appear around that thing, but that thing is still like a clickable or tappable object.
All right, I'll take this a step further. What about persistent AR anchoring? Meaning, I turn on AR+, right? I'm looking at a tree. I can then place an item in my game. I can place an item at that tree. I close my app. I move on. That item remains persistent on the game server. So the next trainer that comes along and turns on AR and looks in that location will see the item I left behind and they can collect it. But they're only going to see it when they're in AR.
I'm all set. I'm all set with that. Sounds like the mapping tasks, which I've done one and it never registered that I did it.
No, but Woodwose Wolf, this is a good one. I really think that this is great feedback. I think that any of this kind of stuff will add to the immersion when you're playing, and that's a plus. So I really love that. The last one here we have from Smeatwad, and he says, bonuses for great and excellent throw streaks. Not some derpy research, something worth it for having skills. XP bonus is a start, but I want to throw flaming Pokeballs a la NBA Jam.
I like that.
Hell yeah.
So
like,
imagine
he's heating up. He's on fire.
No, seriously. So you like, just like that, he's heating up. Like your Pokeballs are they give you like a percentage better if you get 50 like great throws in a row. Whatever 50? It be. Listen.
Fucking crazy.
Listen. Oh my gosh, stop. Hang on. So, you know, whether it be 50 nice, 50 great, 50 excellent, you know, and like obviously the factors like the multipliers for an increased catch rate. Okay? Just cuz that has to be a thing. Like it just makes sense. Because you are honing your skills and like, okay, you get 50 nice throws in a row. Your Pokeball starts to have like a little bit of fire around it. Sparkles. We'll call it sparkles. We can't call it fire because I think sparkles is better. And then when you get 100 streak, it becomes like super intense, but you have a higher chance of encountering a shiny Pokemon.
Oh, now you're throwing wrenches.
Because you still have to hit that throw, and if it's not a nice, great, or excellent, like if it's not one of those and you miss, then it just runs on you.
See, I simplify this. I think like
that's so you getting a shiny isn't as broken as it seems. You still have to land the throw and have that like 101 throw be like something. Yeah, epic.
But let's not even tie shinies into this at all. Let's
just
say
shinies because people love shinies.
Like, you make 3 nice throws in a row. Your next throw is going to have some kind of effect on it visually to make it look a little bit more exciting.
Nah, it's got to be 50.
Dude, no one is going to fucking make 50 in a row, dude, of anything.
Of nice throws?
Yes.
You're telling me you can't do 50 nice throws.
Yeah, but I'm not normal. I'm
just saying player. A nice throw is not that hard, especially on community days.
Right, but it can't be 50.
Pokemon.
It's got to be 5, 10. You know what I mean? 5 nice throws in a row, 10 nice throws in a row. That kind of stuff. I think
you're just making it too easy. This is for the hardcore players.
All right, fine.
It goes again with those like, you know, there's got to be a reason for them to be doing these hardcore throws and stuff. That's how you get better at the game. There's like a reason to get better, a reason to learn how to curveball throw great.
When the game first came out, it was like, yeah, when you hit level 40, you get the shiny charm. Before anyone hit level 40, like in the first month of the game, it was so funny. We also had a ton of amazing responses from so many more people that I couldn't cover here. Just tons and tons and tons of feedback. It's great. A lot of people wishing they can convert battle passes to remote raid passes.
Yep.
Getting a free remote raid pass daily, that kind of stuff. I saw plenty of folks wanting trade distance opened up, especially for lucky friends. Like that was very, very common. But so many great ideas here. So thank you everyone for getting involved with the tweet. Let's keep that conversation going. I'll keep retweeting it over the week so you can continue to add to that because there's just so many cool ideas listed in there that it's fun reading through them and then, riffing, just saying, oh, I'd like to take like what we're doing here. Oh yeah, that would be cool to get like some kind of like, 5 excellent throw streak.
Yeah, we should continue this into next week's podcast.
All right. Well,
make it a 2-week-long Poke the Bear.
I'll continue to retweet it so we can keep the conversation going. But Adam, that's like an hour and 15 minutes of Pokemon stuff. I think we should be done.
Okay. I feel that.
Oh, well, thank you everyone so much for checking us out. I really appreciate it, especially if you made it this far into the show. We really appreciate all our patrons and everyone that's got involved with us in social media. It's been an absolute blast lately. So much fun. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, and who's excited for Rosalia Community Day?
Oh yeah, that's on Sunday also.
Yeah, so good luck. Hopefully like your roses are black and purple or whatever they are. I believe
it is a good shiny.
Yeah, it's a really nice shiny.
It is a good fucking shiny. It's a nice shiny. It's
going to get some sweet PvP moves.
Yeah,
Be excited.
Yeah.
Get excited.
Thank you, everyone. Please check out luredup.com for everything we have going on with the show, PokemonProfessor.com for everything going on at the network. You can email us, info@luredup.com. You can leave us a voicemail, text, picture, video, 732-835-8639. Adam, if that's it, I'm pretty sure that's it. Is that it?
That is it.
Keep training, trainers. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.